Hello everybody, my name is Anton Mercer. I command the USS Valkyrie within the 7th Fleet in STO. Today I am going to show you how to use the DemoRecord system within Star Trek Online. It is a very useful tool. It allows people to create movies that otherwise wouldn't be able to create by giving the player complete control of the camera in order to move it, position it, and otherwise do what you couldn't do with a normal video recorder like Fraps or the other programs like that. So let's go ahead and start. As you can see by the picture in front of me, this is actually the start of the new weekly episode for the Deveronians, Skirmish. So let's look up at the top. This here, you see this on most DVD players, VCR players. Probably kind of know the functions of what they are. This, of course, is the play button, the pause button. This is the step forward button, you know, where you go half speed or quarter speed. And then this is the fast forward button. You can go up to 32x. This over here is a bit different. It is not an actual rewind button. What it does is it rewinds the entire section of the camera. So when you hit that, you go all the way back to the beginning, no matter what, every time. This is one of the reasons why DemoRecord is a little long, because you do have to go all the way back to the beginning and then fast forward through what you've already worked in order to get to the part that you want to fix. Alright, so then I'll go looking over here. You've got two checkboxes. First checkbox is transparent. Obviously, this will make this bar up here transparent, so that when you do use a movie maker or export it, you don't see it as much. Still see it though, but it's okay. And then the next one up here is the camera path editor. Now, this is the main tool inside the DemoRecord feature. Now, you look over to your right. Now, I'm going to explain this as best as I can to the best of my knowledge. I don't know all of the functions yet either, so this is, I'm going to explain this to the best of my knowledge. Now, this is the preview bar here. I honestly don't know what it really does. If someone does know, they can leave a post or comment. That would be really helpful. For right now, I ignore it because it really doesn't do anything, so I just minimize it. Now, path list. This is where you add new paths to the camera and to the file. There's add path, which obviously add path, delete path, you take the path away. The edit type and edit mode, I'm not sure what they are. I mean, this is camera path, look at path. I've always kept it on camera, and I've always kept this on translate. I've never done rotate because I don't see a point. Blend amount, I've yet to figure out what that is as well. Like I said, anything I don't know if someone else does, please leave a comment or post or whatever on the YouTube page or my Fleet homepage that I'm going to post this to. Total time. Total time is the amount of time you have within the camera space. So like if I were to hit play and then put something in, that would be the total time. And then the total move time is how the total amount of time the camera moves within the total time. So let's go ahead and add a path. Now, I'm only going to be using the easy path because it's actually the easiest, obviously, path to use. So just go ahead and hit OK. Now, with the easy path, it's a lot easier than some of the other paths. The normal path, the orbit path. Here, let me show you. Normal path and easy path are basically the same thing. So the normal path can do a little bit more. The orbit path is something that allows you to place a marker and then have the camera orbit it in 180 or 360 degree perfect circle. Now, I just use the easy path to do that by setting a lot of cameras because I actually find it easier, and you can actually control with the easy path the way the orbit goes around the camera, so you can have it go up or down. With the orbit, it's on a set path and it only goes one way. Now, look around is kind of the same thing, except it's kind of like reversed, so it looks outwards and stays on one spot and spins that way. And watch entity and shadow entity are basically the camera that you get in game. You set it so that it looks over your character or ship that you're trying to look at. Alright, so exit out of that. Alright, now point list and look at positions. Within these boxes you will see the points that you place during, when you're out here flying around. You put the camera points, they will appear in these boxes. Alright, so now to move the camera, see right now it's static, you can't move it. If you left click or right click, you can't move the camera. To move the camera, you hit the F2 key, and then you right click your mouse. Oh, perfect. Sometimes it does take a bit to get it to move. Ooh, nice. Also, alternatively, once you hit the F2 key, you can use the W, the S, the D, the A key, Q, or Z keys to move the camera in any direction you want. And alternatively, to fly by through anything, once you're holding the right mouse button, you hold the left mouse button, and that just lets you fly through everything. As you can see, there are a lot of ships within this particular beginning skirmish, which is actually pretty cool. So let's go ahead and set our first point. And to be honest, sorry to my fleet members, but I believe these are I believe this is the Sumter, commanded by Rear Admiral Lang. Let's see, these are the Klingon ships. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably the only one I'll recognize. I'm sorry to my fleet members. It's just that there are way too many Federation ships to completely identify. This, I believe, is one of the other ships. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it is commanded by. Alrighty, so let's set our first point. And where was I? Let's go back to where I was. So, since I would be the only Excelsior class here, oh, maybe not. No, that is not me. Alright, let's look for me then. There I am. Alright, so let's back out a little. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set our first point, let's say, about here. Now, what you have to remember is that this, even though this is here, the camera is still a part of it. So when you can X that out, and this is the whole picture you'll get here. This is what it'll appear on screen when you hit the add point button. So let's go put that back, and then add point. Alright, now this is your first point. Congratulations. Now when you look at it, you hit this again. When you take, by the way, when you take this off, it takes away all the points that are within the camera. So everything, you'll be able to look at it completely when you hit play and all of that. So this is the first point. This is what you see, the first point. Alright, put that back. Alright, so now the other thing you need to realize is that everything within the demo record is moving. If you have it paused, you need to hit play and maybe play it for a few seconds in order to readjust and reevaluate where all the ships are, where all the NPCs are, if it's a ground mission, where you are, where your bridge officers are, so that you don't set a camera, or you set a point that when it was paused before and you were looking at a ship, when you actually hit play and you go, it moves to that camera point, you won't see the ship. So I'm gonna hit play. Alright, so it's about 6 seconds. Alright, so then I will move the camera again and add point and add one more point. Alright, now I'm going to show you another feature. Feature. Alright, so this is already, okay, it's already scrolled all the way down. The two things here, time from last and hold time. Now, what time from last means is the time it takes the camera to move from point A to point B. Well, let's just use point 1 and point 2 here. So, time from last. So, by what this says here, right here, is that it's going to take 7.12641 seconds for the camera to move from the first point I set to the second point. That's basically it. And then hold time is pretty simple. Hold time is basically